Hi Gems, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. As promised, we are going to be doing a month ahead reading for you guys. I hope the screen doesn't look too blue. For some reason, the screen is looking a little bit blue as I'm recording. It might be the light coming in on the car, on my actual mat. So yeah, we're going to do a month ahead. We're looking at what you should be focusing on for the month, the situation around that, and advice at the end with 2 cards. We're going to use the Cosmic Cycles Tarot deck, a beautiful indie deck from America, American artists, illustrators, and authors. Just stunning. Well, definitely one of my favourite decks of all time. It's just the quality is incredible, amazing, and the illustrations are beautiful too. We're going to use, if we need any clarification, we'll use the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Oh, colour's changing back a bit here. The Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, we'll use that for any clarifiers that we might need. And we're going to use this beautiful deck that I bought a few weeks back, the Prism Oracle. It's a beautiful deck that you just tap into your intuition feelings through colour. So yeah, let's get on with the reading then. Universe Spirit, what is it that Gemini should be focusing on for the month of June? Happy birthday, by the way, Geminis, this month. What is it that Gemini should be focusing on for the month of June 2021? Okay. Show me the situation around this. What's this situation about? Let's pull this down here a bit. What's this situation about? What's this situation about in 5 cards? Okay, there we go. Let's try and pull these down just a tad here. There we go. Let me try and, looks a bit, there we go. Sorry I can't speed up the actual laying out of the decks, just that I'm recording via my iPad and I just find it tricky trying to do any cutting or anything on an iPad. If I use my Surface or any of the other laptops, it's easier, but because I want to get a quick upload, it's easier just to do it this way. What is it? How do you advise Geminis going forward on this situation in 2 cards? How do you advise them on this situation in 2 cards? Okay, so we've got our cards out. Let's have a look then. The situation then, what is it you need to be focusing on? The Page of Swords. I think you need to be focusing on being open and honest, but also I think for some of you guys there is a need to focus on learning as well. Perhaps this is about going back to college for some of you guys. Maybe there's a need to retrain in something here as well, because the Page of Swords is the student of the tarot. So anytime you get cards like the Page of Swords or the Page of Pentacles, they're students, they're learning things. So there's probably a need to focus on learning, studying, with the Page of Swords. But the Page of Swords is also about being honest, being open, and standing up for the truth. But I definitely, for some of you guys, it's about writing something down as well. Remember, swords represent the written word, the pen. And the Page of Swords, any of the sword characters in the courts like to write. Not so much the Knight of Swords for me, but definitely the Queen, the King, and the Page. They're all writers in the tarot. So perhaps there's a need to express oneself through the written word as well, with the Page of Swords energy showing there. But there's definitely a sense of learning and education perhaps involved in this card here. What's the situation around this? The Knight of Wands. So there's definitely a sense of wanting to move. But on this particular deck, what's interesting and how they've described the Knight of Wands on this particular deck is he's overcoming a hurdle. So even though cards might mean a certain thing traditionally, you don't always have to read a card traditionally. You can just look at the card and say, there's been a hurdle here. And I do think that some of you guys are very passionate, because the Knight of Wands is very driven and very motivated. And I think that some of you guys have probably been very driven and very motivated with that energy of that Knight of Wands to overcome some form of a hurdle. The Six of Cups, it might be something related to the past. I don't always read the Six of Cups as a past card. But if you wanted to look at the Knight of Wands as moving, because he's Sagittarius, Knight of Wands is always about moving. So some of you guys have been very eager, because the Knight of Wands is also eager as well. Not only eager to overcome a hurdle concerning the past, but probably very eager to move away from the past, something within your past. Let's have a look at the next one. Knight of Cups energy here. So the Knight of Cups is about following the heart. It can also be about an offer. It can be a lover. So maybe some of you guys are eager to overcome a hurdle here. Maybe this is involving a past lover, because the Six of Cups is in the past and the Knight of Cups is the lover. I think some of you guys have been really hurt by this individual. The Nine of Wands often, and if you look at this individual here, if we were just to read kind of visually, look at what he's doing. He's scared. He looks scared to me. All of the lamps are on, but he's scared to go down the actual alleyway. He's got his skateboard, but he's kind of like, I don't know whether I want to go down there. I don't know what's down here. I actually think the focus is on truth with this Page of Swords. And I think the focus with the Page of Swords this month, Gemini, is on complete truth and honesty and clarity. There's a need to talk. There's a need to talk, I think, this month. Because some of you guys are trying to overcome a hurdle with a past lover, I think, here. And I think that some of you guys are a bit scared. You're a bit cautious here with the Nine of Wands energy showing there. I think you're cautious about getting yourself caught up with this person again, because the Eight of Swords means being trapped. So I think that this month there is a need to be open with this Page of Swords. I think if any of you guys have been approached by someone who you've been with in the past, I would probably bet my bottom dollar that this person's really hurt you. And if this person hasn't come back in, this person may well come back in June. At some point, this person may contact you. They may communicate with you. If this person hasn't shown up already, I think that they're very nearly there around the June time. Because I think that the focus this month with the Page of Swords is about being open. And I think really, you know, thinking about it, if we're being open and we're being honest, because the Page of Swords is all, this is why he's an argumentative card, because he's just going to tell you like it is. This guy is simply going to tell you about your business. He's not going to care. He's going to be kind of, I'll tell you about your business. I'll tell you how you hurt me. End of story. That's it. So you need to focus on just letting it rip with the Page. I don't mean being abusive, but just being like, well, this is what you did. Because I do think that you're trying to overcome a hurdle here with a past lover, or and some of you guys have certainly been trying to move away from a past lover here. And I think with these two cards, it's kind of saying the opposite, not the opposite, because if you've been trying to overcome something with a past lover, a hurdle, or move away from the past lover, then these two cards to me are saying, however, you're scared about getting, so somewhere in between trying to move away and overcome the hurdle with the past lover, along with being very cautious about getting caught up with this person again. Somewhere along the line, this person's going to contact you, or they've already done it. So there's a need for you this month to really express yourself with the Page of Swords and really lay down the line and tell them exactly what. Because I think I wouldn't be surprised if this person hurt you. They must have done, because some of you guys are really scared. You're really cautious about when you get the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is always on its guard. This person hasn't got a band-aid on, but often with the Nine of Wands, this person's been dearly, dearly hurt. I mean, really hurt. And they're so scared. They're really scared of getting involved again. They're really, really cautious about that. They're on their guard. So some of you guys are on your guard here. You're scared to go down that path again. You're scared to get caught up in this situation again. I think you had somebody who really screwed with your head. That's what I see here. So focus on telling the truth and also getting the truth from this person completely. What is the advice from the universe concerning this? I think you just need to assert yourself with the Queen of Wands energy showing there. Let's have a look at the next one. The Nine of Swords. I think that some of you guys really need to assert. Some of you guys have been going through this. Some of you guys have been really upset with the Nine of Swords energy. But I think now is the time to take control of this energy with the Queen of Wands energy. Because the Queen of Wands is going to be like, you know, I'm not staying like this. They're two completely different energies. This person has been traumatized, but the Queen of Wands takes control of that. She's kind of like, no. And also as well, what I would say is that the advice is perhaps to direct your energy or direct that anger or that hurt somewhere else. Not at them, but just direct it maybe into something. Because I'm just looking at her doing this. She looks like she's doing directions. It's almost like she's directing this anger into something else. So I think there's two ways to look at this in terms of advice, Gemini. I think on the one hand, let's go through the reading again, and then we're going to get out our Prism Oracle. So we're going to get this out in 1 second. What we're going to do first, we're going to go through the reading again. This month, I think there is a need to... and also, the Page of Swords is about learning. So we could also say there is a need for you to learn lessons this month with the Page of Swords. There is a need for you to learn lessons because students in the tarot are... all of the pages are students. Page of Swords and Page of Pentacles are far more academic than a lesson that you would learn with a Page of Cups or a Page of Wands. So this is about learning. Okay. You can learn all sorts of things with the Page of Swords. Learning to communicate, learning about honesty, learning how to become more clearer or to get clarity from others. Whatever the case is, there's definitely a need to learn something here. So I think there's a few things that you need to focus on this month, Gems. Number one, focus with the Page of Swords as being upfront and honest, because the Page of Swords is always upfront and honest. Telling the truth, but also getting the truth as well with the Page of Swords. I think it's a month to focus on, definitely on learning lessons as well from the past, because I think some of you guys have been trying to overcome a hurdle, Knight of Wands, and from the past, a past lover. So trying to overcome a hurdle, Knight of Wands jumping over the hurdle with a past Six of Cups lover with the Knight of Cups, but also trying to move away. You've been trying to move on because the Knight of Wands is always moving. So it feels to me like you've also been trying to move on, Knight of Wands from a past Six of Cups lover, Knight of Cups. Because some of you guys are caught, but also it may simply be, thinking about it when I read it like that as well, Gemini, for some of you guys, it may be that somebody isn't coming back. It might simply be letting go. So with the tarot, if we're really reading between those lines, I mean really reading between the lines, what we can also say here is, well, maybe for Gemini, it's a case of there's lessons to be learnt with that Page of Swords, because they've been trying to move on from a past Six of Cups lover, somebody who they are very cautious with the Knight of Wands energy of ever getting caught up with again. So for some of you guys, it will be somebody's come back and you're like, I don't know about this. And for some of you guys, it will be, how do I let go of this individual? Because I don't want to get caught up in all of this sadness and this, that and the other again. Well, the universe is simply saying to you, not only is it a month for focusing on learning lessons. Sorry about the noise, guys. It's just that it's a really hot day in the UK. Well, if you can count 24 degrees as being really hot. And I've had to open my window to get some lovely, cool, beautiful air in. So, yeah. Some of you guys really cautious about getting caught up in this trap again with this person. For some of you guys, it will be somebody's come back. For some of you guys, you just kind of like, I just need to let this go. The universe is saying, take control of this. Some of you guys have been crying into your pillows at night, or you had been, but it's time now to get back on the horse and start taking control again. And some of you guys, Nine of Swords is not great because we're internalizing a lot of anger here. The Queen of Wands is great because she directs the anger out. So for some of you guys, as well as taking control of that anger there, it's time to try and direct it outwards, because what happens with internalized anger, it becomes depression. And that's certainly something that I think some of you guys really don't want to have to deal with. And I certainly wouldn't want you to deal with that, especially around your birthday month as well. Let's have a look at what the message is through the Prism Oracle. So we're going to get 3 cards. Universe Spirit, in light of this reading, what advice do you have for Geminis on this reading? In light of this reading, what is the advice that you have for Geminis in 3 cards? It's telling you to rest. You need to rest, Gemini. You need to take a break. Time for rest and reflection. There you go. It's time to rest and reflect. And I certainly feel that with the Page of Swords. It's about learning lessons, looking to the past. Whatever this person did to you, it's time for you to take a bit of a break now and to reflect on this. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ideation. I think it's about time. I think that you need to rest and reflect here. Perhaps on ideas or thoughts of the past. What does ideation mean? Let's have a look at this card here. Something to do with ideas, but I'm going to have a quick look at what it means. I always have my booklet out just in case. Ideation. I thought this would have been in the red. Maybe it's in orange. So look, it's all color coded, but that looks like a red to me. Here we go. This card is about the growth of ideas and new projects in your life. Now is the time to focus on creating a safe space for your creative endeavors. This moment is just for you and your project. Let your ideas grow. Yeah, this is good. Rest and start reflecting. Rest and reflect. But also, I think if there have been ideas, because it could be for some of you guys that you've really got yourself caught up with someone here. And often when we get caught up with someone, a new love affair, we're in the throes of happiness and passion and joy. Often, sometimes, if you don't have enough control of yourself, or if you don't have enough agency about yourself, I'm not saying that you don't, Gemini, but sometimes when we don't have those things, we can get kind of carried away and swept up in somebody else's dreams. So in a way, it feels like some of you Geminis lost your own dreams in somebody else's dreams, and this person turned around and bit you on the ass. And it feels now that the universe is saying it's time to take a break from whoever this is, and it's time to start reflecting on those ideas that you perhaps started before this whole thing took off. Or perhaps it's time just to rest and do a little bit of self-reflection with the reflection card here. And with the self-reflection of the reflection card comes the thinking about the ideas, being creative, doing new things. So the Queen of Wands is a creator as well. So perhaps you need to channel all of this pain into something creative as well, because that could be something good for you to do as well. I often find that, if I've been in a relationship and it's not worked out and somebody's really hurt me, at first, I've been like this. But then I often take all of that pain and I use it in a very, very creative way. So we could also look at it like that and say, well, maybe you take this pain and you channel it into something creative as well. I think it's a really good way to do that, because I think also with the focus being on learning lessons, what we're doing is we're learning from the past, because you've been trying to move on from a past lover, somebody who hurt you and you're cautious about getting caught up with again. But within those lessons comes the ability then to channel the hurt and the trauma that you felt into something creative going forward. So really what the reading's saying to you, Gemini, is take something negative for June, however long ago this happened, take something negative this month and turn it into something positive, because guaranteed you're going to feel a hell of a lot better for it. Okay, that is your reading for the month, guys. I'm going to be back with some other stuff. Whoever's seen this reading, God bless you and thank you for watching, my darlings. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the comment section below, and I will see you guys real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.